Preston Dill's a comedian and musician, and Dawson discovered him a few weeks back. Said he was doing stand-up. Saw this guy do a Trump impersonation, and it was unique and interesting and killer. And
best I'd ever seen.
Best he's ever seen. So says Dawson.
Man.
Before we get into Trump, you're a musician.
I'm a musician.
You have a band.
I have a band. Go ahead.
It's alternative.
It's alternative. It's alternative rock, kind of indie. I'm the lead singer.
Mm-hmm. And I love alternative rock. I mean, I grew up out here on K-Rock, but I'm trying to think, like, who you're younger than I am. Like, what bands inspired you?
Well, we like Cage the Elephant. Personally, for me, I'd say Cream.
Cream.
It's probably one of my favorite bands.
Cream.
Love Cream.
Wow. Not alternative rock, but who knows? Maybe it was alternative rock back then. Like, I don't even know if there was.
Who knows? Nobody knows. Science doesn't even know.
Science doesn't know if Cream was an alternative band?
Science doesn't know if Cream was an alternative band or a rock band. There's different words that they'd like to call it.
Well, like for me, when I think alternative, I think like the Pretenders. I think Elvis Costello. Foo Fighters.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going back. So alternative rock did not exist before like 1978, 79.
Okay.
And then it was called New Wave, basically. New Wave. New Wave was Pretenders, but it was Talking Heads. It was Elvis Costello. It was Graham Parker. There were guys, English, a lot of stuff. And then later on, it kind of became, Nirvana and stuff like that, Soundgarden, which they're calling grunge, but that was kind of new wave. But
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, but to me, that era is captured, to me, by like the Pretenders' first sound. Like, that's a great new wave sort of first album.
I've actually never heard of the Pretenders, so I'll have to go and
never
listen
heard of the band, the Pretenders.
Never heard of it. Yeah.
Oh, man. How do we play Pretenders on this show without getting in trouble? I guess we can't. You listen to the first album, you'll go, oh, that's perfect. That's new wave.
Okay.
Right. So I guess I'm old, but I don't know where this goes. I feel like if you're into something, Mike Tyson he knew who Willie Pep was, a fighter from the 30s and 40s, because he was a student of the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I feel like there's comedians, there's bands, there's fighters. Like Mike Ditka was a Hall of Fame football player.
Right.
But when he was a coach in the 80s and the 90s, he had some 23-year-old dude on his team going, Coach, you don't know what it's like to be on that field, right? Because nobody's a student of anything anymore.
Nobody's a student. No. People don't pay attention. Everything is so fast nowadays, Adam. And people don't. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, here's what I wanted to ask, because this vexes me. I bring it up to my young guys who work here all the time. When I was a young man, I made it my business to try to know everything that came before me, because I felt like I didn't want to get left out of a reference point or something like that.
Of course.
Young guys now don't give a fuck about anything that happened before them, and young women don't give two fucks about it. They're just like, I'm fucking 28, fuck you. Who are you talking about? World War II. I don't know that shit. I wasn't even born yet. That's it.
Was that in Europe?
Yes. So there's a disdain of the past.
Yeah.
Whereas I came from a time where people pretended to smoke and women stuffed their bras just to pretend like they were older.
Yeah, I that's funny. I came from the time which is like basically in between your time and the time that people are in like now. Mm-hmm. And I'm 36. And so we knew that we were taught basically you have to learn from the past, right, to not repeat mistakes of the past for the future. And people don't, really.
But you're in an alternative band. You've never heard of the Pretenders.
I know. What? Come on, shoot me. Don't shoot me on air, though. Don't do it on air.
Well, what happened, Trump? I mean, you stormed out of the Iran deal. What happened with that?
Well, they were really bad people, and they weren't negotiating in good faith. They weren't negotiating in good faith. And they're not trying to be a part of the world. Iran wants to do their own thing. They want to get backing from Russia, who, by the way, has no money.
No money.
They have no money. And, we have people like that are in China. We got China supporting them a little bit. But Iran is, they're doing everything in bad faith. And they need to open up the Strait of Hormuz. It's really, really important. It's so important.
So, and once it's open, that's going to be a gusher for you. I think called a geyser or a gusher or something like that.
Well, some people are calling it a geyser. Some people are calling it a gusher. There's lots of different words for it and terms for it, Adam. But what it really comes down to is that oil is going to be flowing for the United States of America once again.
What do you make with all the reflecting pool and the algae? And I know your administration's been talking about sabotage.
We've got crazy left lunatic liberals, all right? And they're sabotaging it at night. And they're doing it at night because they know they're not going to be caught. They know that there's, they can hide. They can hide. And they're always hiding. A lot of them hide in their mommy's basement. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Did you know that they do that? They hide in their mother's basement. They're horrible people.
Are they sabotaging? Are they pulling up the membrane that you had put down there?
We had a beautiful thing done. It cost $10 million. And
I heard
we were
it was
able
15.
to... $15 million. Who's saying that?
I don't know. I think I may have heard on CNN or something.
Well, I'm not watching CNN, Adam. We're not watching CNN. They're not very factual. They're not factual people. They're horrible people, by the way, and they lie.
Fake
They
news.
lie a lot.
They lie?
Even Fox News lies a lot, and I'm watching you. But it was $10 million. Obama spent $100 million.
$100 million.
And $100 million just so I could fix it. You understand that?
Yeah,
Just so I could fix it.
I don't know what he got done for $100 million.
Nobody knows what he got done. Nobody knows what he wasn't doing very much.
So do you think these kind of Antifa hippie type, these Bernie Sanders supporters, you think they're out putting algae into the pond, into the pool?
Of course they are. The only people who understand the different levels of algae besides, scientists or something like that are people that are hippies, by the way. They understand that stuff. They get it. We're not focused on that kind of stuff, but they're focused on that. And, of course, they're going to bring something that's going to sabotage because that's what these people do. They're horrible people. They're bad people.
What do you make of all the socialists out there in New York and Mamdani and all his acolytes out there?
Well, first of all, they stole the election from Spencer Pratt.
Oh, yeah, Pratt.
They totally took it. And I saw that you interviewed Spencer. He's a good guy. You liked him, right?
Good guy. Had a plan.
He had a plan. That's the problem, is these people have no plan. So they want people that have no plan.
No plan.
No plan, because that way it can stay in chaos. And if it stays in chaos, they're going to get more voters because there's a lot of stupid people. And what they did to Spencer was so horrible. They have a lady in second place.
Ramen.
Top Ramen.
Top Ramen.
Top Ramen, Nobody's heard of her before Top Ramen. That was the first time that people have ever heard of her. Nobody's ever heard of her.
She's a socialist.
She's a democratic socialist is what they call it, and it's absolutely pathetic. And we got Mamdani over there. He's doing the same thing. They're trying to make, this is what they're going to do, Adam. They're going to take the two biggest cities that we have in our country. They're going to rig the elections, and they're going to put socialists in power. And you know why they're going to do that? They're going to do that so they can slowly destroy the United States of America, because we're not a socialist country.
No, but we're pretty much becoming just Muslim socialists, which I don't know. If there was a wheel and they had religions and they had ways to govern on it, and yours landed on Muslim for religion and socialist for governance, I'd fucking kill myself.
You're done.
They're done. But really, they're nihilists. They want nothing. They want destruction. That's the whole thing. Can I call you Donald?
You can call me Donald. You can call me Preston. Whatever you'd like.
President
We're happy
Trump,
to be here.
they want destruction, and they can't come out and say it, so they just say everything but that. Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Love me some O'Reilly. Well, it's that time of the year where I'm starting to prep the race car. So you know what that means. That means O'Reilly. There's not many car issues I can't figure out, but if I'm stumped, I'll call O'Reilly immediately. They've got thousands of parts in stock, either in store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. They'll also test your battery for free. And if it needs to be replaced, they will help you find the right one. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll see the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are helpful and friendly. O'Reilly is your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. It's O'Reilly. Right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
Ethos. Well, you know, the second I became a father, that was the first time I took a look at life insurance seriously. Part of being a man is preparing those you love for life, well, without you. That's why I have life insurance, and I encourage all my friends to get it too. Ethos makes getting life insurance fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. There's no medical exam, just a few simple health questions. Trust me, you don't want to wait too long. Let's get with Ethos. Right, Dawson?
Take 10 minutes to get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/Adam. That is ETHOS.com/Adam. Application times may vary. Rates may vary.
I know. I was listening to Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, and he was talking about, you know, so you were talking about all the shootings that's going on over there and the Juneteenth. By the way, it's a great holiday when X amount of people get shot celebrating the holiday every year. I don't think that happens as much on Rosh Hashanah. Dawson, do you think as many Jews get shot on Rosh Hashanah as blacks get shot on Juneteenth? I'd have to look into that.
Probably close.
If you were a betting man, if you had Trump, if you were a betting man, Jews gunned down on Yom Kippur versus blacks gunned down on Juneteenth. What do you think?
I think we're going to say that, unfortunately, for the United States of America, there's a lot of black people. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of black people that are shooting each other.
Uh-huh.
And they have incompetent leaders like this one on the television screen here.
Brandon Johnson.
You know, Brandon Johnson. I don't even know his name. There's so many. Lori Lightfoot, Ramen Man. Nobody knows what's going on with these places.
Right. So,
they're third world countries, by the way.
Right. So you offered to clean up Chicago.
We offered to clean up. We offered to clean up very well. And they declined it.
You make it safe. Send the National Guard over, just like you did with D.C.
They don't want that. They want more terror. Excuse me, by the way, Adam. I'm
sorry.
speaking. I'm the president of the United States.
Sorry.
We're very happy to. By the way, you're one of the good ones.
Okay.
You're one of the good ones, and you're a talented guy. And I wanted to say also, before I get into the question, congratulations on your Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Yeah.
That's an amazing accomplishment. It's a wonderful thing that you did.
Well, you have one as well.
I do. We're 700 feet away.
Oh, you paced it.
We're 700
you
feet
walked
away.
It off.
I didn't walk it too much. There was a lot of homeless people there.
Did you use one of those wheels the Highway Patrol uses to see how long the skid mark was?
And we had a gun like the Highway Patrol. You know, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect it. And Secret Service, of course. They do a great job, by the way. But we're 700 feet away, which means that if George Lopez or Jane Fonda or any people from The View want to come over and, destroy yours, they're only 700 feet away from mine. But you'll be protected. You'll be protected.
Oh, yeah, I already put stanchions and a velvet rope around mine.
He's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy.
So Brandon Johnson does not want your National Guardsmen or anything, but he does have a plan. So let's hear what his plan is for black folk getting shot in his city all the time.
So, yeah, it is personal. Black death has been unfortunately accepted in this country for a very long time. We had a chance 60 years ago to get at the root causes. And people mocked President Johnson.
The root causes are no fucking dads in the house, you fucking retard. That's it. It's just no black dads. That's it. That's the root. That's the root cause. Could be the roots cause.
Could be the ruse.
Could be the ruse and the roots, the band, and it could be a root cause or a roots, the miniseries, or roots, the band. Either way, no black dads in the home is what's getting everyone shot. But anyway, sorry, we'll continue with it.
Well, he thinks it's something else.
I know. Well, let's see what it is.
We had a chance 60 years ago to get at the root causes. And people mocked President Johnson. And we ended up with Richard Nixon. I'm going to work hard every day to transform this city. That's what it takes to build a better, stronger, safer Chicago. I need everybody to step up. So
I like when they're going on year 7 of transforming a city, by the way.
Year 7, of course.
Now, did you find that clip I was talking to you about, Andrew, with him wanting to have the community gun activists monitors, which is crazy, or just it's called something. You just tell me what it's called. Here's the point. I hope everyone's sitting down. You sitting down, sir?
We're sitting, and these are very comfortable chairs.
Thank you. Made in America. He doesn't want your help. He wants $100 million so he can hire gun activists, social workers. Basically, he has a plan.
Wait, you got to go into a little bit more detail because this is news to me. We don't even hear about these things.
If he gets $100 million, it's the Department. I'll see if I can remember. It's Department of Gun Violence Prevention. So, does this sound like every waste of money that's ever come down the pike, whether it's all the NGOs or the homeless or the bullet train to nowhere? We're going to give him $100 million. He's going to hire a bunch of his friends to be gun violence interventionists. They're going to have a reflective vest and a whistle, and they will do nothing. And at some point, 3 years will go by. And by the way, it won't just be $100 million. There'll be another 100 after that.
Yeah, they're going to ask for more money.
They're going to ask for more money.
They're going to ask for more. They're going to say, you know what? We weren't able to get the job done.
No.
We need a little bit more money. We're trying. We're very close. That's what they always say. We're very close. Yes. Look at Gavin Newsom.
Oh.
$100 billion has been spent on the homeless people. The homeless people in the United States. No, pardon me, not in the United States. In California.
24 billion.
24 billion?
24 billion.
My people are telling me it's 100. But,
people say 100. Well, I saw it on CNN.
$100 billion over the last 10 years. And by the way, Adam, CNN is horrible.
Oh, yeah, you're
They're
right.
horrible.
I was at the airport. I had no choice.
You were at the airport. You were. He's a traveling guy. He's very successful.
Yeah.
All right, so he's traveling. He's learning. He's learning on the go with the airport televisions. But unfortunately, they only play CNN.
Yep. They only play CNN.
Of course. We got to do something about that, huh?
I know. And the thing that's always funny is I always tell people, they go, one side, they don't know what the other side. I go, I know everything CNN is saying. It's on every airport television. I know what CNN is saying. They're full of shit, but I know what they're saying. I knew what they're saying all through COVID, all through Hunter's laptop. COVID-19.
That's when they, well, by the way, if you know, I'm the only president since Roosevelt that has won 3 elections in a row.
Oh, interesting.
And COVID is when they decided, let's play a game. We're going to take this guy, Joe, who didn't even know that he was president, by the way. He didn't even know he was president. They said, let's do weekend at the White House.
Right, weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
But it was 4 years.
From China, comes from China.
He comes from China. He comes from somebody. Nobody knows where he comes from.
No,
He
the
comes from
COVID. I'm
somewhere.
sorry, the COVID comes from China.
The COVID it's a China virus.
Yeah, they don't
It's a
like
China
it. They
virus.
didn't like you calling. Remember, we were bashing Asians. By the way, that was black guys punching Asians. That wasn't us bashing Asians. But it's the Chinese virus. That Andrew, that clip, I saw it this morning. It's Brandon Johnson just basically going, I don't want any Trump help. Sorry, Mr. Trump, President Trump.
We don't want federal help.
I don't want any of it, but give me
Give
me $100 million and I'll fix the problem. It's got to be somewhere out there, but it's kind of perfect. But also there's a quote you can look for, Dawson. And this is where we're at, President Trump, with all these Democratic socialists or just socialists.
It's very scary, by the way, Adam. It's really scary. And you look at the young generation.
I agree.
And they don't really pay attention too much. Everything is very quick.
Yep.
It's very quick. And so they glance at something, they say, all right, I formulated my opinion. And they're not even letting these people have opinions, by the way. They're trying to give them like transgender surgeries.
Yep.
They're trying to destroy their minds with indoctrination. And they do that early, by the way. Now they're doing it if people are like 7 years old.
Yeah, they used to hang back and try to ruin everyone's mind once they got to college. But then somebody pretty much figured out, why don't we
do
just
it while they're 7?
Why don't we get them when they're 7 and we can really dig in? Because see, my son is 20 and he won't go for their bullshit. But if you got hold of him at 7 versus 18, you see, it may have worked.
Well, unlike the black communities, he has a good father.
Oh yeah.
So he has a good father.
So Dawson, the quote that's always been stuck in my head, and it's attributed to a founding father or two, but it's not from the founding fathers. But I'll tell you, we'll play the Brandon Johnson one. But Dawson, I will tell you, it's written. It's not a video. It's from I believe it's an Irish sort of speaker or poet. It's not a Ben Franklin thing. It's basically voting yourself largesse. Like when you...
Yes, once you can vote for your money.
You can look at that. It's an old Irish thing. But that's where we're at. Anyway, let's listen to Mr. Trump. You can listen to Brandon Johnson.
In terms of the priority around, safety, it is still my top priority. Look, we have a couple of things that are going. You're not going to interrupt me. No. Okay, thank you.
All right, pause for a second. Can I say something?
I think he got offended.
How can you, if you say, listen, I am President Trump. I go, listen, here's my thing. I'm not really good at podcasting. I'm not good at jokes. I don't really like talking. But my number one priority is cleanliness. I want things to be neat and orderly, but this place was a shit show. There's cockroaches everywhere. There are always dishes in the sink. It was a mess. So politicians are the only ones with the balls to go, another 128 black guys got shot this weekend. My number one priority, and has always been, like, if this is number one, you're fucking horrible at your job. We do it here. We go, number one priority, homeless. You're fucking horrible at your job. If that's what you should do, is go, my number one priority, homeless doesn't even crack the top 20 for me. That's why there's homeless everywhere. You're telling me your number one priority is this thing you can't solve.
And you have people, like I said, you have people like Karen Bass, who, by the way, I don't think anybody in Los Angeles thinks that she's doing a good. Do you think that she's doing a good job, Adam? I know that might sound like a stupid question.
No, she's doing a horrific job.
Hello, and welcome to Pluto Phone. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to see, just stream it for free on Pluto TV, where all your blockbuster favorites are landing all summer long. Catch Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Fantastic.
Men in Black, 1 through 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mean Girls.
Shut up.
Titanic.
I'm the king of the world.
and so much more. For showtimes, press nothing. They're free 24/7.
That is so fat.
On Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Podcasting isn't just about talking. It's about growing, engaging, and monetizing. And that's where PodcastOne Pro comes in. Whether you're an independent creator or a major brand, PodcastOne Pro gives you the tools you need to take your podcast to the next level. We're talking about premium hosting, advanced analytics, dynamic ad integration, and expert distribution, all designed to maximize your reach and revenue. Plus, with access to PodcastOne's industry-leading network, you'll be connected to top-tier advertisers and a massive audience. It's time to go pro and turn your passion into profit. Visit PodcastOnePro.com to get started today. PodcastOne Pro, the power behind the podcast. Well, look, I don't know what she thinks the job is. So here's the deal. If the job is to make LA clean and safe and orderly and fill the potholes, then she's doing a horrible job. But her job may be to bring communism to Los Angeles and have it be Sodom and Gomorrah, in which case she's doing a killer job of it. So whatever job she's telling us she wants to do may not be the job that's in her head.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
No, it's definitely not the job that's in her head. You know, there's not a lot that's going on in her head. There's not a lot that's happening.
Yeah, she wants to turn L.A. into Cuba.
You know,
I think that's
Cuba,
that's her job.
She wants to turn L.A. into Cuba. She wants to turn it into Mexico. And Mexico's improving, by the way. They're improving a little bit. They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. You know, we opened a factory. A Tesla factory in Mexico not too long ago.
I did not even know that.
Not too long ago, they opened a Tesla factory. And they're our number one trade partner. We're trying to help them out. But the Mexican government won't let us go in to deal with the drug cartels.
Well, you got that Jew broad running the show over there.
Well, she's a good lady. She's a good lady. We love her. We love Claudia Scheinbaum. She's good behind the scenes, but she says some horrible things in front. And they say, sovereignty, Mr. President, sovereignty. But it's not very sovereign to have criminals in your country.
I have, by the way, Alexis de Tocqueville said it later, but first it was this Irish guy. Sorry.
I got Alexander Fraser Tytler.
I think maybe that's it.
A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority of voters, majority always votes for the candidates promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that a democracy always collapses over loose fiscal policy.
Yes, he was Scottish. I'm staying corrected. But basically, we've been heading toward this for the last 25 years, and we're now at the tipping point, which is dumb people voting themselves free shit. That's who's getting elected. But here's the joke, dumb people. You'll never get the free shit. You're just thinking it's lose-lose because the dumb people never get the free shit. We just get the shit government.
Right, and we only have the half-dumb people. The dumb people are not allowed to be in politics, but the ones that are dumb initially, and then they're allowed to come in, those are the people that are going to be in politics, and they're not going to allow anybody to get a bunch of free shit.
Here's Brandon Johnson talking about money.
In our city, in our country, particularly around community safety. It's why we were incredibly disappointed that Donald Trump cut $800 million out of the budget for violence prevention.
He's full of shit.
He cut the police department budget by 30%, the ATF. We're talking about a division of government that is responsible for getting illegal weapons off the streets of Chicago. It's unfortunate that this president has worked overtime to literally defund the efforts that
it's all my fault that Chicago is a shithole.
The 11,000 plus police officers that serve this city, the women and men, we're going to continue to make sure that they have the support that they need, but it's not policing alone. As you heard during my presentation, where we have hired more young people
I've heard
is
enough.
where
This
we saw
guy's
the greatest
sick.
decline in violence. Where we've expanded mental health support services and
Mental
job
health.
opportunities, we've also seen decline in violence. Where we've invested in building more affordable homes, expanding opportunities for people to purchase.
How come black leaders talk about every single thing except for the actual problem, which is dads and a lack of dads?
Because black voters are still continuing to go to them. And some are wisening up, by the way. And we don't care if anybody's black, white, Christian, Jewish, as long as they're Republican.
Do you know, do you hear Rosie O'Donnell is going to be filling in? Rosie's going to be filling in for Kimmel? Did you hear that?
You know, I wasn't going to go too deep, Adam, because I know that Jimmy's your friend, and we don't want to put you on the defense. That's not a very fair thing to do. I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me.
Okay.
All right, I wouldn't want it. But I will say one thing. Rosie O'Donnell is a horrible choice. She's a horrible choice, and I think we all know why. Quite frankly, we're still looking at ways to deport her. Somehow we need to get her out of this country.
She does self-deporting sometimes.
That horrible pig. We need to get her out of this country.
But she got a facelift.
She got a face. It didn't help very much. It didn't help very much.
Nah.
No, it was still pretty bad. But you know what? We will say this. I did notice at your ceremony for the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I noticed something. And like I said, I'm not going to go very deep because we're here to have a civil discussion.
I paced it off. We're 700 feet apart, you and I.
But I also noticed something more important. I noticed, I saw Jimmy give a speech. Do you know that we're the only two people in the entire world that can make Jimmy cry? Did you know that?
That's funny.
Did you know that? That's
funny.
a good one, right?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I never thought about
Mike's
that.
laughing like he knows. He knows. That's a funny one. That's a funny one.
knows that's a funny one. Who's your... let's play a little more Brandon Johnson. I just want to see if we can get
this
to it.
moron
I want to see
right
when
here.
he gets to his $100 million number.
$100 million.
And if you look at Donald Trump's black agenda, he promises to do all the things that I'm doing, but he's failed to do it. I wish the president would actually follow the lead of Chicago by actually investing in black America. Because the best way in which
Pause. Do we need a black agenda? Do we need the president pushing a black agenda or Asian agenda or Jewish agenda?
We should push a transgender agenda. That sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
Trans agenda?
A black trans. And by the way, the black people don't like being coupled together with the transgender community. Did you know that? They don't like it.
Not fans.
They're not big fans, but they're still trying to do it. You see a car, and it has a transgender flag. And then it has a Black Lives Matter flag.
Oh, really?
Right next to it. And people don't like that. The Democrats are trying to push that, but the black people don't like it. We don't need a black agenda. We don't need a white agenda. We don't need a gay agenda. We don't need a straight agenda. We need an agenda for the United States of America that actually helps out our people. The most important thing for our country, Adam, is the middle class. If we can keep the middle class intact, that will go a long way. That'll go a long way.
All right. Let's hear a little more Brandon talk about his agenda.
He needs to work with me, right? Because we have put forth an agenda that he actually promised he would do. He's failed to do that. He has cut every single area that black folks have fought for: education, housing, healthcare, transportation, and good paying jobs. He has been an absolute miserable failure and a disappointment to this country.
All right. Well, it's not him asking for $100 million, but that's the one we got. Transportation, Dawson. You feel like the government's in charge of your transportation?
No.
It's kind of a weird thing, right? Like all the stuff they say they need the government to do. I would never in 1 kabillion years think about transportation.
I feel like in California, they're against our transportation.
Yes.
Interstate 5 is still 2 lanes for 250 miles. There's potholes everywhere.
Road diets.
They're anti-transportation, if anything.
They're anti-transportation. See, Mike's a very smart guy, too. That's why you two work together, by the way. You two work together because you guys are both very smart. You know what's going on.
They want you to get on a bicycle out here.
They want you to get on a bicycle. With all of the hills and with the long way. I mean, in California, it doesn't make sense. In Los Angeles, they have a bicycle. Doesn't make any. San Diego doesn't make sense.
If we lived in Amsterdam, maybe.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
A little bit different. In California, it doesn't make any sense. But they're trying to get everybody on it. They want everybody on public transportation because they don't want people to be able to make decisions for themselves. They don't want people to be able to do things
They don't like freedom.
Privately. No, they don't like freedom.
What do you think about
freedom.
what do you think about Hunter Biden talking about running, throwing his crack pipe in the ring?
Well, first of all, if he wants to actually run against me, he's not going to be able to do it by himself. He's going to have some of his drugs, which he left in the White House not too long ago. Not too long ago. But Hunter is he's a young guy. He's a strong guy, but he's he's got a lot of problems, and he might put up a good fight. But his dad almost beat me one time.
What?
His dad almost beat me one time. He almost won the election. His father.
That's right.
So he might be a decent opponent, but I just got a lot of problems.
His dad says his dad says he's the smartest guy he knows.
He's the smartest. That's the smartest guy that Joe Biden knows, a crackhead. So think about that, everybody. Think about that. And those are not even my words. I didn't even say it.
You didn't say crackhead?
He said it. I didn't even say it. He said it. He said that it's the smartest guy that he knows. I didn't say that.
He also said he's never, ever once talked to his son, Hunter, about business. That's sort of comical, right?
Adam, I think we all know what's going on. And I think we know what the Bidens were involved in. The only person that doesn't know what the Bidens were involved in, quite frankly, is Joe. Because Joe doesn't know anything anymore.
I guess not.
He didn't even know he was president.
I got to say this, though, Trump and Dawson and anyone else who's listening. On Father's Day, probably hit a couple of buckets on Father's Day, right? You had a good time at the range?
Of course.
I went down to the Beverly Hills car show, and I went upstairs.
What was the coolest car you saw, by the way? I got to interrupt you for a second, but I need to know this.
Oh, God. I'm trying to think of one that you will know that other people... There were a few Lamborghini Miras there, which I love. But there's a couple of builders, custom builders, that build just one-off shit. A guy named Troy Ladd who made a really bitch in Bel Air. That was over there. There was some good stuff. The problem with me in cars is I get too deep and then no one knows what I'm talking about. But I went up to the Rolex store and I went up to the rooftop where they had like a VIP lounge and I ran into Jay Leno. You like Jay Leno?
Jay's always been a good guy. He's very fair. He was never partisan. He was never partisan. He's a smart guy.
And I ran into Jay, and I said, Jay, you had Biden on your Cars and Coffee show, but it's not Cars and Coffee. It's Jay Leno's Garage. And I said, Joe Biden was on, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something like that, driving around the Corvette. Remember, he's just kind of humble guy, Joe Sixpack guy, who gets a brand new Corvette.
Right,
on
he's a
his
humble
wedding
guy.
day.
He's a very humble guy.
Humble guy.
He grew up in a small town. His father was a miner and a deli owner, and nothing ever. And he's never been anything either. He's a very humble person. That's what he says.
So I said to Jay, I go, he spent the day with Biden like 3 weeks ago. I said,
what'd they talk about?
I think they just talked about cars and ice cream and, the important things.
Mostly ice cream. 90% ice cream, 10% cars.
So he said it was 85% ice cream, 15%
85% ice cream, 15% cars.
That's what he said.
All right, that makes a little bit of sense. Okay.
So I said, how was he? And he said just sitting around and kind of talking, he was fine. I mean, he was like an 80-something-year-old guy. It was like just talking to an old guy.
So he wasn't senile, is what he's saying. Really, he said that. Is that really what happened? Really?
That's what he said. But now, he said it was like talking to an 82, 83-year-old dude just sitting there. But you also know this stuff kind of comes in waves, too. I think it's like shingles or something, where it's like eventually it's full time. But sometimes, like when he was debating you, it just came in waves. I remember that. Remember, he didn't get enough. He was jet lagged, even though he's been here for 2 weeks before the debate, or he had a cold.
Oh, he had a cold. He was jet lagged. Jill said about a month ago She said that she didn't know what was going on. She'd never seen that person before.
Right.
Which is a flat-out lie, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Of course she's seen that.
Well, Jay just said he seemed like your old uncle who was slowing down a little, but was fine.
Well,
But that's not enough to run the United States. On the other hand, I don't know, Dawson, I'm going to ask you.
Yep.
Would you rather have brain dead Biden running your state, let's say, or nouveau fascist commie running your state? Because I'll take the inert guy. I'll take the guy who can't tie his shoes over the bitch who's running the place into the ground.
The problem,
100%.
Yeah. The problem with having the brain dead guy is we don't know who's behind him actually pulling the levers.
Right, but as long as you don't have a crazy fascist bitch, communist, standing right next to him,
But at
you
least
might
all
make
that's
it.
right out in the open so that you know what you're dealing with so you can combat it.
But you're betting on a communist being next to him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. There's a
But
communist
I
behind the
don't
scenes.
know. Like, Biden was not running the country.
He wasn't running anything.
Maybe it was.
Biden wasn't running it. He wasn't even running his own toilet schedules.
Right. Could have been. He has a toilet schedule?
He has a toilet schedule
All
like
right.
a dog.
Like a dog.
Like a dog.
Yeah, let him
Some
out.
people say you got to let him out.
All right. But, Dawson, what I'm saying is Jill Biden, Hunter Biden, Barack Obama, whatever, they were running the country, but they weren't full-blown communists.
Right.
They just had a progressive agenda. So you might get lucky and just have somebody with a progressive agenda, but not full Fidel Castro.
Well, we'll almost have that choice in Los Angeles coming up between
Almost.
Bass and Top Ramen.
And Top Ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Who nobody's heard of, by the way. Nobody's
Yeah.
heard of. Okay, so Adam, it's a good question. And I have to agree with Mike.
You agree with
you
Mike?
don't know who's behind that person.
Right.
They could be brain dead, but there could be people that are behind the curtain that are, telling this person who was telling Biden what to do.
I think it was probably Jill Biden, probably Obama, some Obama
It
acolytes.
was Obama. It was a third term for Obama, basically.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't fuck the country up enough in 2 terms.
Right.
I got to do a third.
Let's
really
do a third
fuck
one.
it up. Yeah.
Let's do a third one.
Let's do a third
We're
one.
going to get Joe.
Yes.
Joe didn't even know it was. I used to be mad at Joe, Adam. I used to be upset at him at rigging the election. But now I realize he didn't know what he was doing.
Nah.
Joe didn't know he was president. It's not fair to be mad at
He's just
somebody.
thinking about ice cream.
He's just thinking about ice cream. He's thinking about ice cream.
All right. Well, Preston Dill, nice job. That was fun. Where can people find you?
They can find me on my Instagram at Real Preston Dill.
All right.
Real Preston Dill.
We
No
got
spaces.
Elisha's coming in. She's going to do the news. I'll play some Pretenders over the break, and we'll do that.
Yes,
right after
I want to
this.
hear.
All right. At Marathon gas stations, every stop is the start of fun, like the awesome fuel savings you're going to get with Marathon Rewards. Join Marathon Rewards today and start earning rewards on every gallon of gas. You can redeem rewards at any time, saving up to $1 per gallon. Well, that adds up. And don't forget, Marathon stations are packed with all the conveniences you need to stock up on, to live life on the go. Marathon, where the fun runs on full. Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for details.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hey, Adam. John Flaherty calling here. Just finished watching Fox News at night with Trace Gallagher and was impressed by your cohort, Krauss. Very intelligent woman. I know that comes as a surprise to you, but wanted you to know.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Nice job.
Favorite listener award goes to that guy. That just made my day. Thanks, John.
Oh, from SCTV was Joe Flaherty. That was John
Did
Flaherty.
he say his name was John?
Yeah,
Okay.
Joe Flaherty I kept thinking SCTV, that's John Flaherty. Joe Flaherty was from SCTV back in the day. All right, Elisha Krauss, you got news. I got stuff I can talk about as well. So why don't we just get started with your news?
I mean, I got a lot of fun things today.
All right.
I know you were really excited while I was away to talk about that Knicks trash can lady.
I am, and I've kind of heard both sides. There's a few things I don't like.
There's two sides to like public vandalism and stealing a trash can?
I read a couple tweets or like, you got to, I don't know, everyone's getting filmed, everyone's getting fired, kind of stuff.
It's gone a little too far. Like, how far is too far?
Yeah, I'll tell you where I'm at. One, she's like the head of DEI, whatever, so fuck that. It's not like a real job.
And is she the head of DEI and a white woman wearing dreads? I just wanted to clarify that because that's what it looks like on the video to me.
She is a first-gen, like, Hispanic woman. She's Dominican or something.
Okay.
Nobody really likes it when I talk this way, but the South American, well, no, I'll say Mexico, Central American. There are cultures that are less averse to trash than others. Like you see the Japanese cleaning up the soccer stadium after they leave.
Their own mess, yeah.
You couldn't pay a Japanese woman enough money to dump a can of trash. You couldn't get me to do it. Like it would hurt my teeth. It would
bring dishonor on her family.
Right. Other cultures are more okay with garbage. People think that's, a pejorative. I am sorry. LA is a lot trashier now that it's filled with Mexicans. It was not that trashy before. I work with these people all the time. I could never get them to recycle. They wouldn't recycle. I'd go, but you put the stupid Coke can, put it in the blue can.
Yeah.
Like, nope. There are certain cultures that are different. Like, they're okay. The Latin ones are better with garbage than Asian cultures are. So she's got that going for her. She's also, angry and DEI and whatever. So she dumped everything out on the street. Everyone's seen it a million times. Okay. Here's my feeling.
Is she taking it as like a souvenir?
Yes, she's taking the trash can as a souvenir because somebody made the mistake of painting it Knicks colors.
I think the whole city did that, actually. It was a whole thing. Private and
right.
public
and
money
then
was going towards painting things.
Walked away with it. Now, she then got doxxed, basically, if we want to call it that. She was also filmed on the subway, having a good time. Okay, couple things. Her being morbidly obese is neither here nor there. I don't want to live in a world where people like, she looks like the Mucinex monster or whatever it is. I don't need the physicality part of her attacked at all.
It's the action.
It's 100% action.
It's the action. And I think that sometimes it downgrades our argument towards the common good or towards public good when we're like, hey, just don't put shit on the street.
Yes.
Right? Like, it doesn't matter what you look like.
Right. If Michelle Pfeiffer dumped the can over,
I'd be just as pissed.
I was about to say, Elisha would be just as pissed. Yes.
Thanks for speaking for me.
Her being fat is neither here nor there. And I'm sure it makes her feel bad when she has to read the comments, but I'm saying I always want to tell people when they're making this argument, like when AOC is like, Elon Musk is one of the dumbest billionaires. He's so stupid. Like, okay, now you sound dumb. Say what you want about the man. Don't say he's dumb.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's clearly not dumb.
He's clearly not dumb. So say something, people do that with me. They go, fuck him. He's not funny. He's never been funny. I've made a living being funny for 30-something years. I have to be funny. That I know I'm funny. Say something else. And they pick this. So she's fat, but that has nothing to do with garbage. Now, the other part is, well, does she need to get fired? She's DEI, so, whatever, she's in charge of whatever. Fuck that job anyway. Also, do you have to have a Latina or black? Like, can't we just have anybody do that job? Why does it always
DEI?
have to be the DEI has to be the heavy-set woman of color?
Because it can't be a white woman because we're part of the problem.
They have to be, by the way, they have to be fat and Hispanic or fat and black and a female. Although I don't know why male couldn't do it. But here's the point.
Who identifies as a female.
These DEI people are making coin. You know, they make $250, $350. And by the way, I don't know, Andrew, the thing about like Stanford or Cal, and Andrew, can you do me a favor? Can you find out, is it Stanford that has like 1/3 of their law students claiming a disability so they can have longer to take a test? I want you to find that. But Stanford doesn't have a DEI guy. They have 13 DEI guys, and they all get paid 6 figures. Like, it's, you want to know why college is so fucking expensive?
Yeah.
That's over $1 million a year of a job that's unnecessary. So A, the job's unnecessary, so fuck off in the first place. B, I'm going to file this under, as I've said many times, if you're getting ready to go on a date with a young man and you go, just let me get my earrings on, and you're in the bathroom and the mirror's turned in such a way and your dog comes up to say hi to him and you see him kick the dog, he's out.
Yep.
It's a disqualifier.
Yep.
And you
it's
go,
called a red flag.
Red flag.
That's what Gen Z calls it.
And you would say, what was that have to do with is he a good guy? Does he like kids? Does he want to have kids? No. He kicked the dog.
Yep.
That's all I needed to see. And when I see someone take a full trash can and just dump it out on the city street, I go, that's all I need to see about that bitch.
So sometimes jobs and roles have clauses in the contract, right? Like I've worked for very conservative Christian companies and there were morality clauses in my contract. And I'm like, yep, fine with signing that. Like that makes sense. I think your point though is like, if you're willing to deface public property because in the moment you want to do what you want to do and you are inconsiderate of everyone else, as your employer, I could argue that that's going to trickle over, or I have legitimate fear that that's going to trickle over into your job at my corporation or my company.
I question your decision making.
Exactly.
The number, by the way, of Stanford law students who claim to have a disability is more like 40%. But we're heading toward 50%. Okay. How does this make a difference? Well, I'll tell you why. First off, they're at Stanford. And these are law students who go to Stanford. So you're really kind of talking about people who come from good homes, who are affluent, who are educated, and so on and so on.
Went to college prep schools, probably had nannies that taught them a different language.
Through incentives, we can get them to do the wrong thing. So now you go, all right, we got Somalis who come here who barely speak the fucking language, who have a 3rd grade education. You don't think we can incentivize them to do the wrong things? Hospice centers, learning centers. Everybody will do the wrong thing. Even, by the way, nobody in this group would even be remotely confused with a criminal. These are great. These guys wearing ties and cardigans and stuff. These are the creme de la creme. This is our future. These are the people that will be going into government and Wall Street and stuff like.
Future Democratic candidates.
Right. And they are faking and bullshitting a disability. Why? So they can get an extra couple hours on a final exam.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone will do the wrong thing. So what I say is get rid of the thing. You got to get rid of this.
Get rid of the special inclusion?
Yes. You have to get rid. Look, I'll put it to you this way.
But some kids actually need it.
All right. Mail-in ballots. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Yes.
Don't get me started.
Okay. There are people who actually need mail-in ballots.
Yes.
A very small percentage.
There are actual people that need somebody to, like their grandkid or their great-grandkid to take their ballot in because they shouldn't be driving.
They're a very small group.
But when you start small, then it...
And we just send a fucking ballot to everyone, and now we got this.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I will go case by case. You want to roll up in your wheelchair and talk to me about getting an extra hour to take your final exam? We can have that talk. We can have plenty of talks. What we can't have is bring a note from your doctor and you get an extra hour to take your test.
I get it.
That's where we get to 40% of the students.
I actually want to
And we
find
need to do
out.
the same thing with hospice care in LA and learning centers in Minneapolis. We need to do that with everything.
Well, this is the argument that conservatives have made for a really long time, even about the welfare system, is that then you kind of create a process of people not being able to succeed or work their way out of a tax bracket and trying to game the system, because once they work their way out of it, they still need support. It's not enough to like survive in a city like New York or LA, but if they do better, then you're off the dole. And so it's like, where is like the minimizing the government, minimizing like how many people are on it, and actually having more hoops to jump through. And I think more Nick Shirleys that are hired by the state and federal government to investigate these people and the like legitimacy of their claims before we just sign up all these people all the time.
1,000%.
All right.
All right.
So we've solved that problem. Moving on to another one. Like from our friends over at Not the Bee, and everybody online is talking about this, how every Mamdani-endorsed candidate has now won their primary contest in New York City. Democrats, like in the primaries, seem to keep going like crazier left, crazier left, crazier left. And mainstream Democrats like seem to be kowtowing to it. This, I don't know why it still surprises me. Maybe because I have more normal liberal friends in my life that are publicly and privately going, oh my God, what's happening? But the voters and the DNC and Nancy Pelosi and other leaders of the party seem to really not give a shit.
Well, they will get along and go along with anything that's expedient to them politically at any time. And if they found out that, 51% of their constituency was into Santeria, they would embrace Santeria in a second. I mean, you saw all those stooges taking a knee for George Floyd.
Sorry, now I'm going to have that song in my head all day.
I don't know. Sublime. I mean, you see them all, they all love George Floyd all of a sudden. Like, they'll get on to anything and off of anything as fast as anybody all the time. That's literally all they do. So they'll do it like, Jerry Nadler was like, Antifa's an idea, so they'll downplay stuff that doesn't exist. They'll go all in on COVID as fast as they can. They'll go all in on BLM as fast as they can.
Like
They'll
the Graham
jump
Plattner
around.
thing. It's like, well, he's better than. Do we wish he had the Nazi tattoo? I wish he'd take some time off to get it removed.
The second they find somebody's got the momentum, they'll just jump right on it.
Including a terrorist sympathizer and a lady who once wiped her hands with the American flag because she compared it to toilet paper.
They agreed. They all worshipped at the altar of Michael Avenatti for like a solid 4 months, who's been in prison for 6 years now.
Who is the
Michael
other guy?
Avenatti. They loved Michael Avenatti, who's in prison right now. So you fucking idiots will jump onto any cause at any time.
So sometimes I'm called judgmental, but I like to call it discernment. And there are some dudes like that guy or Graham Plattner or other people that you come across that you're just like, something off. Like giving skeevy vibes. Like maybe shouldn't trust that person. I don't like them.
I agree.
The fact that Democrats and many of the mainstream media, by the way, don't have the ability to suss things out like that really makes me like, should there be, I'm going to say something that
They
might get me
couldn't figure out
canceled.
Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, they figured it out. He was,
they're too cowardly to say anything.
They're too cowardly to say anything because they
Well,
needed his
where
money
those
for their movies and
actual,
stuff.
you can find those actual tweets about, here's what I want to say. I don't know how old these women are, but this thing where it's like, you said stuff, thing of like, I'm going to run for office, so now I have to walk back and erase everything I've said in the last 10 years.
But some of them, they don't even walk it back. Because
well, they go back and clean up all their social media about wiping their hands with the American flag and 9/11 was a good day and all that. They
having a yay, hooray after October 7th rally.
Right. They have to go back and mop everything up. But that's who they are.
But this is like, I don't know that some of the things they did mop up.
Yes.
But I'm saying the fact that mainstream Democrats, even like the things that are not mopped up, like the New York Times expose with Graham Plattner's exes. Like his current wife saying he's a serial cheater on a pedophilic website. Like this lady saying 9/11 was great. And we have photos and videos of her on October 8th praising the Hamas attack in Israel and the raping and pillaging of women and children. And she is like, Mamdani is like, hey, that's great. Mamdani even the other day said a reporter for Al Jazeera was murdered by Israel.
I love it.
The guy literally is on video shooting guns.
He's shooting an AK-47 into the air. I love Mamdani. I love all their bullshit. There's got to be...
It's just insane to me.
Per
does
square
nobody else
inch.
see this?
They don't care. And you're right. Yeah, Mamdani said to an Al Jazeera reporter, and there's footage of the guy just firing an AK-47 into the air. There is, the thing that's funny about the New York, show me the 3 that won the other day in New York. And it's kind of funny because there's 2, it's kind of interesting. Dawson, you're old. The 70s had an archetype, which was like the soul sister. She's like making a fist and had like a big afro and sunglasses. There's like Cleopatra, Black Dynamite, and like crazy 70s Cleopatra Jones. She's a soul sister. She kicks ass. We're kind of reliving that now with these crazy Muslim black women or whatever. They're up there like screaming, making fists. Like it is.
Well, it's almost as if Kaepernick was at the wrong time. Kaepernick was just a few years too early.
So he got paid, but, Nike doing the right thing. But the thing that's funny about this latest group is it's 2 central casting soul sisters and then like a middle-aged frumpy Jewish guy, which is kind of what's his fucking...
But he's an anti-Israel Jewish guy. A pro-Israel Democrat.
I get it, but he's still white and he's still in his 50s. He's got male pattern baldness, and it's
he's
like
the token self-hating Jew.
Yes, one of these things is not like the other. Is sort of what this guy is.
I mean, the squad is just growing,
and they got a plan. Except for their plan is no plan. Their plan is abolish ICE. Nobody's illegal. Everyone should stay. By the way, if I like deporting someone after they commit a crime or murder or anything is about the most humane thing you can do. If I went to Canada and I killed somebody and then I did time in a Canadian prison and then I got let out of prison, I would just assume they would just buy me a plane ticket to go back to North Hollywood.
They wouldn't let you go to the World Cup in Vancouver.
Yes. What is so cruel about literally returning them from whence they came, especially after they committed a crime on our...
Here's the big problem. I'm a college dropout.
Mm-hmm.
I think, did you see the data breakdown of what idiots voted for these people?
No, I didn't see that.
Dennis Prager always says, like, show me an idiot and I'll tell you where he went to college.
Right.
All upper middle class to rich, college educated, younger millennials and Gen Zers are who voted for these guys and gals.
Yeah. Where's that?
That's the problem.
Right. All right. Well, hopefully it'll be an experiment and it'll fold. And I don't know why New York has to do this. They've already done it. It's such a weird thing. They did it.
Like, let's go back to the Giuliani-Bloomberg era.
Right.
Like, even when Bloomberg banned the big gulp, like, at least the streets were safe.
No, they went through all the crime and all the chaos and all the decay, and then they got Giuliani in there, and he did broken windows, and he cleaned everything up, and everyone was happy for a while, and then they got bored of being happy, so now they're going to have to go through this again, except for this may be different, because it's kind of one thing to round up criminals and make it, it's one thing to make it safe to jog in Central Park. But when you have super heavy-hitting financial guys fleeing, that damage goes on for a while.
And here's the thing that Republicans here in California are saying. It's like, if they can, like, Republicans and conservatives, libertarians, small government-minded, like, just freedom-loving people should care what happens in New York and L.A. because, heaven forbid we get ramen in November, who's, believe it or not, even worse than Karen Bass, is... what happens there is the testing ground that then trickles to where you think you're safe in your red city.
Right.
And your red state and your red district. Because things that happen in those places empower mainstream Democrats to just move more and more and more to the left. And that is bad for the nation as a whole.
Agreed. The one on the right, as I look at the screen, Andrew, she's the one who got interviewed who was like, nobody gets deported.
Yeah, nobody.
Anytime. And then what about murders? Nope. Like, okay. I don't know. Why don't you ask the people who live in the neighborhoods that the murders get returned to if they'd like the person deported?
There's a few families I've met whose children were murdered by illegal immigrants, including illegal immigrant truck drivers.
They do it at a lesser... Okay. All right. All right.
Ready to talk about one of your other favorite ladies out there?
Mm-hmm.
Joy Reid.
Joy Reid.
So she, on her podcast this week, talked about how upset she is that the Knicks boss, James Dolan, went to the White House or accepted Trump's invite to the White House.
Yep.
You know who else was getting hit for this, too? Was like Jack Osborne and his family for going to the UFC fight and like going to Capitol Hill and being an Aussie was honored. And they met with Speaker Johnson and got the flag that flies over the Capitol. And it's like, I am not quite old enough. I was born in 86, but I have a coffee table book of Nancy Reagan's fashion. I think Oscar de la Renta wrote the foreword. Like you go through the book of Nancy Reagan's fashion, even a little bit into the Bush era, George W. era, and like designers and celebrities and people would still go to the White House and meet with the president and vice president because it was an honor and you wanted to try to work together. That doesn't happen anymore.
I have a coffee table book of Doug Emhoff's fashion that I will go through every once in a while just to see what the first man, second
dude.
Here's
the second dude.
And remember, Gavin Newsom's wife is not Madam something.
No, she's first person.
She's first partner.
Yeah,
first partner. Yeah, Joy Reid hates this country and probably white people, but I know they try to out, like Nate Bargatze went to the fight. They're like, who cares? It's a UFC fight on the lawn of the White House. Who wouldn't want to go to that? And it turned out to be some great fights in there, too. All right, let's listen to Joy.
At Madison Square Garden, because he also owns Madison Square Garden. Like, I don't know if there is another team owner that also owns the venue. I don't know if he's the only, but the fact that he has that kind of dual role and can control the garden, too, it's like he definitely comes across as a plantation owner character, and the fact that he would want to see these.
I don't feel like plantation owners paid their head slaves $60 million a year,
and gave them the option to leave when they wanted.
Yeah, I don't feel like that
they didn't have a contract agreement at all.
It's always funny when they go, "Hey, pay these guys slave wages." Like, there's no wages. It's called slavery. When I worked at McDonald's, I may have gotten paid minimum wage, but there weren't slave
wages.
The problem with slavery is there was no wages. But by the way, is there Jamel Hill, who hates white people in America too? Is there such a thing? Can somebody push back when crazy black women talk? Can somebody go? Because I feel as a white dude, heterosexual dude, all I've ever had is dudes around me going, okay, come on. Oh, bullshit. I disagree. No way. I mean, every argument, I've been sitting in office and me and Kimmel would just argue and argue and argue. Yeah. I've never start talking and he'd be like, oh, yeah. You know what?
There's always pushback.
Yeah, these guys, they're like slaves. And the guy who owns Madison Square Garden, he is like a big boss man. And he's like, it's not a game, it's a clan rap. They would go, what the fuck? Are you nuts? Are you fucking high? You're stupid. Shut up. Every person, forget about celebrity, every one of my friends from high school would have had me in a headlock going, shut up, you fucking idiot. No, black people are just like,
I don't know. I think it's a leftist thing.
It's a leftist thing.
I think it's fully a leftist thing.
It's leftist and it's black, but it is leftist, yes.
It goes back to if you have people that disagree with you in your life, politically, personally, Even in religious groups, right? Like you need to have some.
10 other owners own the venue that they play in, by the way. But yes,
10 other plantation.
You need a little resistance training.
Exactly.
And the left does it all the time. You're right. A little heavier with the black, but the left does it all the fucking time.
I would argue left than women.
Yeah. Let women do it a lot.
Like and like that's where you have to have like a little girl chat. We call it a come to Jesus meeting.
Well, some of it is
like, hey, honey.
Some of it is just cultural. Like white people, if they're agreeing, they just kind of sit there. Black people do like, You've seen the reverends preach. The guy's fucking behind him. They're fucking fired up. All right, so sorry, she's got more.
Square Garden, because he also owns Madison Square Garden. Like, I don't know if there is another team owner that also owns the venue. I don't know if he's the only, but the fact that he has that kind of dual role and can control the garden too, it's like he definitely comes across as a plantation owner character. And the fact that he would want to see these proud black men, have to be yes-sirring a racist president. It's just so it hurts my heart so much to even think about it. It wouldn't be their fault, but it would be so, to me, demeaning.
Yeah, because he's purposely putting them in the line of fire of a administration that has been openly hostile towards black folks, and it's messed up because the players will get the brunt of it because they're the easy target. And what's even more,
at some point they go, all right, hold on, let's stop. You say crazy shit that doesn't make sense, and I'll nod that you're crazy shit. And then at some point, you run out of steam, and then I'll start telling crazy shit, and then you nod.
None of which
crazy
is
shit I'm
factually
saying.
true.
Right, but make sure nod.
Are they beholden to their contract to go meet with the president?
No, the teams don't go all the time.
And
for
but
Trump.
individual players too.
I feel like
there was somebody when Obama was president that said he wouldn't go, and Republicans were like, yeah. And I remember at the time being like, no, you go. Like,
I
that's
agree.
I think that's like what America is supposed to be about. Like you go. And the female astronaut recently was asked about that on a podcast because they were like, well, our assumption is like that you're kind of on the left and yada yada. Like, why'd you go meet the president? She was like, because I'm a NASA astronaut and he's the president of the United States. Like I'm paraphrasing, and I was like, good for her. More of this, please.
You go. Oh, Boston Bruins goalie Tim Thomas refused to meet Obama. All right, you should go, and there shouldn't be any gay flag Pride Night baseball hats.
Amen to that.
And we should get out of both. You go to the White House when you win the championship and get the gay flag off the Dodger hats. All right, so there's more nodding and agreeing going on here.
Hard so much to even think about it. It wouldn't be their fault, but it would be so, to me, demeaning.
Yeah, because he's purposely putting them in the line of fire of a administration that has been openly hostile towards black folks. And it's messed up because the players will get the brunt of it because they're the easy target. And what's even more hypocritical about this, Joy, is that he got to sort of say how he felt about Mamdani. Like he didn't play nice. Like he shaded Mamdani, right? He's not giving them that same opportunity. And I find that to be the height of hypocrisy. Oh, so you could show up the mayor and you could talk shit about the mayor, but they can't talk shit about the president. You making them go to the White House. And I'm like, that's part of why all of this is so concerning. My general position has always been, if the players want to go or don't go, that's on them. It's a personal decision. There were certainly a lot of athletes who did not go when Obama was president. Fine, if that's what you want to do.
By the way, you can pause it. You say a lot.
I think there's I remember a hockey player. Maybe there were more.
I would say if you took the team in general and you just went, well, the NBA has 15 players on the roster, and then they got a coach and they got, assistant coaches and stuff. But if you just went, all right, let's just, for the sake of argument, call the NBA 25. Because there's coaches, assistant coaches, trainers, or whatever. And then you went NFL, the roster's, 56 or something. And then you go, and the coach, and the owner, and the blah, 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 blah. And you did all the groups that didn't visit Trump, and you added them up, there'd be 2,000 people on there versus the hockey goalie.
That didn't go for Obama.
Look, I'll say maybe there was a couple more individuals who didn't go.
We'll round it up to 5.
We'll round it up to 5. But I love when they go. They did it with Obama, too.
And by the way, I don't know
5 versus 500.
Why they're talking, to fact check them here. I don't know why they're talking about how the players are being forced to go by the owner when players have publicly said on social media they haven't made a decision yet and they don't want to go.
Right.
And he hasn't come back down and been like, you must go.
Well, he's running a plantation over there.
He hasn't pulled out the whip and been like, you head on down there.
No.
Jeez.
Get the big boss man to do that.
Okay.
All right. What year is it? Is it 2026? Can these bitches just shut up about slavery? It's 2026. Really? They're still going. It's just never ending.
Well, it's interesting how they don't care about the slavery of the Uyghurs or, the Qataris and the Saudis,
Oh, no. They don't care
funneling
about
humans for actual slave work.
They don't care about anybody else other than...
Or Jewish and Christian persecution.
They don't care about anything. They should not be listened to. All right, what else you got?
Well, Larry David is also upset about the UFC fight at the White House. So he said it made him embarrassed to be an American. He said in this interview with Variety, which I think we might have video of.
I don't, here's what I don't get in life, but there's a lot of this in life. And sometimes someone will cut you off on the freeway and I'll see somebody cutting someone else off, and the guy will speed in front of them and then slow down and stuff like, what's all the calories here? Something the guy didn't see or whatever. It's like Obama wearing a tan suit. I don't care. He wore a tan suit. I don't care.
It didn't look good.
It's not worth an argument. It doesn't really have it. Now, shit policy, that's something we could get into, but wearing a tan suit, I'm just not going to burn calories on a reflecting pool. I'm not going to burn
the algae in the reflecting pool.
Yeah, I just mean there was a fight on the lawn. It was a cool event. Anybody who was not pre-loaded to have Trump derangement syndrome would just admit it was kind of a spectacle and it was kind of fun and it was kind of cool.
Freaking flyover.
And everyone who went there just went, it was bitching. And that was about it. And the last fight of the night was one of the best UFC fights they've ever had. It was crazy. Big time underdog guy, American guy, beating a non-American as a huge underdog with a big knockout or a big stoppage at the end. It was a great night. There's nothing else you can say. Or you have Trump derangement syndrome, in which case you're going to make a big deal out of it. And or if you have Obama derangement syndrome, you'll still be talking about a tan suit. Okay, here we go.
And this is your way of celebrating America. The White House did it much differently with the UFC fight. What did you think about that?
Is that Grover from Sesame Street? Who's interviewing him?
I know, it does sound...
All right, let's try it again.
And this is your way of celebrating America. The White House did it much differently with the UFC fight. What did you think about that?
It was a travesty. Yeah. What else can you say about it? It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed to be an American. Yeah.
And this is your way of
it was fun, is
By the
what
way,
it was.
Back to Obama. Obama is in his show that he was doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Obama is in the show along with Lin-Manuel Miranda, Rita Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Jerry Seinfeld, and another long list of celebrities. And Obama's company produced the series.
He's so good.
So this is what's so funny. It's when people are talking about the incestuousness of the Trump administration and the kids and stuff. Listen, I don't love it either. But it's how is that not political Hollywood?
That's all it is.
All connected, networking, I scratch your back, you scratch mine thing.
It's all one big circle jerk. And
Sorry,
listen,
Mom.
Larry David's funny. I like Larry David, but just move on. There's certain things you can move on from. Remember, you guys remember his first term? They made a huge deal that he threw paper towels at people. And you're seeing footage of him just toss a roll of Bounty. So I think, just move the fuck on. That's not a thing. Not everything is a thing. It has nothing to do with you and me. Whatever problems you're worried about, let's say financially, we have much bigger fish to fry than whatever that cost. It was a fun night. And some people enjoyed it. A lot of people enjoyed it. I would say half the country enjoyed it and then some, because there are some other people that just are agnostic and we're like, I'm not a Trump guy, but that was a pretty cool fight.
So I actually passed a house the other day that had a ton of America 250 stuff, like all over, like flags and lights and a blow up American eagle with like a Uncle Sam hat. And I was like, that's legit. And guess what? It also had that kind of surprised me, and to check myself and my like first impression reading.
Gay flag.
Had an all are welcome here sign.
Oh, man.
With like all of the things. And my husband's like, you're such a nerd. But I was like, almost wanted to go knock on the door and be like, hi, I'm a conservative and I appreciate that you clearly disagree with me, but you still recognize that America is freaking awesome.
I don't want to burst your bubble.
It was your house?
No. The all are welcome sign came out after the third time the eagle was vandalized and a Hitler mustache was painted on it. And they were like, fucking,
It looked
someone's
a
got
little old. It looked like an OG 2021, to be honest.
They
It was
took an
faded.
old all are welcome sign and they went, we're so tired of being vandalized that we're going to put that up front and then people will leave us alone.
Just like a little psych out. Okay.
Yes, it was a cool event, made for a great sort of pay-per-view, even though it was, I think it was Amazon Prime. I watched it, and like I said, the last fight of the night was epic.
I'm so upset I missed it. I could have been there in person, and I could have watched on TV, but
You can still watch it.
I was at a wedding.
You can watch it on Amazon Prime. The last fight was, I've seen a lot of fight cards on UFC. Guys coming in 5 or 6 to 1 underdogs, that's a lot. 3 to 1 is pretty big.
Yeah.
No one ever wins when they're at 5. Justin Gaethje was 5.5, 6 underdog, beat a guy. By the way, you don't see guys unbeaten in the UFC. You have top guys that are 22 and 5. Guy he fights unbeaten beats him. Last fight of the night.
That's awesome. An American?
American.
USA.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. And I thought he broke his neck because he does this thing where he goes up to the top of the cage and he stands there and he does a backflip. And it's kind of crazy because there's 18 people walking around the ring and cameras and stuff. And he gets up on that cage. He balances after just getting the shit beat out of him for 4 rounds. And then he does a backflip, which was fine. But after he got the backflip, he rolled out of it, and I swear to God, I thought he broke his neck.
Oh, my God.
It's kind of crazy. It looked, you went, oh, my God, he broke his neck. Like, I've never really seen what a broken neck exactly looks like. I played in a football that kind of see when guys get tweaked, but I was like, he broke his neck because he landed it and then rolled out of it one more time, and his neck just went like, you were like, oh. Won that fight.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
Speaking of things that make you think somebody might have broken their neck, the happiest place on earth had a really horrifying incident this past week. Have you seen this thing?
I saw a little vid of somebody fell out of the Matterhorn.
New footage is showing the terrifying moment. This comes from our friends over at the California Post when a 13-year-old Disneyland guest went over the waterfall on Tiana's Bayou adventure.
Tiana's Bayou adventure.
Formerly Splash Mountain. Inside the Southern California theme park, the teen boy appeared to be in the back of the ride car as it approached the 50-foot drop when he suddenly tried to get out.
Yeah.
The video then showed him plunging down the water track to the bottom base of the ride. This is terrifying.
But he's okay?
Well, do you want me to leave everybody with
All
a
right,
cliffhanger?
let's just watch. He looks like he went down head first. By the way.
Was he? Oh, my God.
It looks like he went head first.
And then
he tried to climb out just because he didn't want to do it.
know.
All right, listen, here's my thing.
Oh, my
I
God.
know Disneyland's going to get sued. I don't want him to get sued. You go in, by the way, here's Justin Gaethje. You tell me, first off, he just fought 4 or 5 minute rounds. And your balance and everything. He goes up to the top. And he's going to do a backflip. By the way, there's people in the ring who aren't even watching.
Yeah.
He's going to do a backflip, but watch him roll out. You swear. Oh, well, they cut it. That's why I did the whole.
They wanted to make it look better.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I did the whole. That's why I did the lengthy roll out, broke his neck part. But anyway, they cut it. We'll see it. But here's the point. You climb out of the thing, that's on you. So sorry, Charlie.
Thank God the kid is fine. Apparently, he was taken to a local hospital for an evaluation and was released a short time later. A Disneyland guest detailed witnessing the scary scene in person, saying, quote, "I was in the ride when this happened. I actually saw the kid fall down the hill for a second when our log passed the fall. 4 people in our log saw it, and then 1 minute later, the ride stopped, and probably 10 minutes, then it went again. And we went throughout the ride like nothing happened. When we got off, there were about 6 different Disney police officers with a mother and her 2 kids, and all of them were completely soaked. We assume that that's who it was." I mean, the fact that they didn't have to like cart him out there. Woo! Just don't get off. Once a ride starts, guys, turns out you can't get off.
I know they always say local hospital, but we don't need the word local. They didn't bring him to one in Muncie, Indiana. You know what I mean? It's always the local, no matter where it happens.
I actually wonder what hospital they brought them to, because as a mom, I'm like, what's the closest hospital in case of emergency to that location?
They scrubbed the internet, can't find the second. Yeah. Flip where he rolls on his neck.
Ow. Wait, he did 2?
No, what he did is he rolled out of it. He landed and then he kept going.
Oh, so that shows him kind of landing on his feet. And
right, and they cut it there specifically so it looks like he stuck the landing, but he rolled one more time, which is on the feed. I mean, it's on the TV show on Prime and whatever. It's got to be something. It wasn't even that angle I saw it from that was on the feed. But when he rolled, I was like, oh, my God, he broke his neck. Local hospital. Right. But if you got injured in Dollywood, you would go to a local hospital where Dollywood was. You wouldn't go to the one he
Pigeon
went
Forge,
to.
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
You've been there?
I haven't. Have you? My little sister just went, and she said it's actually kind of legit.
Really?
Like, and the food is good.
What's good about it?
About Dollywood?
Mm-hmm.
She said, like, the food is good. She said it's just as clean as Disneyland. Everybody's super family friendly. Her kids are like, my niece is like 6 months now. And then she has a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And she said there were plenty of rides for those kids. But then, like, my parents are senior citizens, and they went, and they were fine.
Yeah.
She said the food is awesome.
Huh. All right.
Anyway.
Here he is. Jumps on.
Career capstone at the walls.
Oh, I mean.
Ow.
I didn't exaggerate. Did I? That looked like he broke his neck because he. I mean.
If my toddler did that, I might do like a concussion check on them.
He looked like he broke. I've never seen anyone look more like they were going to break their neck. Okay,
Ow.
Speaking of Dollywood, Dawson, you ever consider this?
What?
I was watching Glenn Campbell play his guitar with a young banjo champion. People forget Glenn Campbell, great session musician, so on and so forth, Wrecking Crew. He'll be missed. And they played dueling banjos.
Oh, that's
nice.
Cool.
And dueling banjos is from the movie Deliverance. What year is Deliverance? 71, 72? I mean, 70. It's not 69. I mean, it's right.
70.
70, 72.
Is that pre or post Smokey and the Bandit?
Pre.
We should just
all right,
text
72.
John Boyd and ask him.
By the way, I'll be in Pigeon Forge in August.
I was, all right, hold on. I was right with my 72. Okay, so it has now been over 50 years since the world has heard of dueling banjos.
Yes.
Which, of course, Chuck in the other room has never heard of.
Oh, I've never even seen Deliverance, and I know all the lines and what that's from.
We'll save that for after the show so we can shame Chuck. Now, nominated for Best Picture? Really? Deliverance, Best Picture. Well, that song may have been nominated too. Anyway, dueling banjos. It's an acoustic guitar and a banjo. It's not dueling
banjos.
Banjos.
Right.
This would be like if I called it dueling bassoons, but it was a bassoon and a tuba.
Right.
That's a weird thing.
A flute and a recorder.
By the way,
it could just be a mongoose if I said mongoose versus a snake, but it was two snakes.
Mongooses. Yeah.
Or it was just two mongooses.
Whatever.
Like, that's weird.
Is the plural mongooses?
Mongai.
Mongai.
It's dueling banjos, except for it's one banjo. We could have called it dueling guitars by that.
By the way,
definition.
Remember the question you had asked, what's the average age in central casting of the biker the biker gang in the bar that starts the fight.
Oh.
Yeah, in 70s, 80s movies.
Yeah, I watched Smokey and the Bandit the other night. I haven't seen it in 20, 30 years.
Yep.
28.
28.
How
But
come they always
guaranteed
looked
those guys
older?
are under 30.
That's a hard living 70s 28,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
That's chain smoking, beer guzzling 28.
I feel like the guys. I feel like if you go back at like Roadhouse, the OG one, not the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. I feel like the bar fight guys always seem to look older though. Maybe it's a little rough around
well,
the
here's
edges.
the whole thing about bikers in movies.
Mm-hmm.
They should be intimidating, but they should also be a little bit grizzled.
Yes.
Nobody wants young buck biker. They
Yeah.
need a little hard living, hard loving.
Yeah.
Grizzled.
That's why Patrick Swayze was the hot ripped one that fought like the grizzled guys. Like you're supposed to be able to visually see good guy hot,
So
bad
you're
guy not.
You're saying when Jerry Reid pulled in with his hound dog and eventually ran over everyone's motorcycle at the end, Dawson, you're saying that biker bar?
Yeah.
Those guys are under 30.
Yeah, under 30.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Bikers.
I looked very closely because we had this discussion. I was like, wow, those guys are easily under 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there's also seniority. There's usually one guy's like the head guy. Got all the patches. Deliverance lost
Ooh, to what?
to Godfather 1.
Oh, wow.
And that's the year Brando sent out Littlefoot to get his Oscar.
I haven't seen either of those movies.
Deliverance is weird. I mean, it has and it's 1972.
Well, so is Begonia.
Yeah, but this is 72, and it has a depiction of male rape.
Oh, I know about that scene. Squeal like a pig.
Mm-hmm.
See, I haven't seen the movie, but I know all the lines.
I just think it's funny that I've been walking around knowing that song is called Dueling Banjos for 56 years, and at some point 2 days ago I went, banjos?
We'd have to look at the scene in the movie too, because I thought it was depicted by banjos being played, but I haven't seen the movie.
But you listen to it, it's acoustic. No, he starts playing. The one guy who's going on the whitewater rafting trip is playing a guitar.
Oh, okay.
And he
then
sees
the other guy has the banjo.
a kid he's inbred. I don't know what mongoloid or something. He's got some crazy kid who's definitely, his mom is his aunt and his aunt's his sister. Like, it's like one of those, because he's affected. I mean, you can see him in the face. I even know who played.
I was going to say, what kind of hair and makeup did they do to make that happen?
Now, that Billy Redden played that. I'm looking at the screen. Was he have a little dusting it down? Was he dusted down? 15-year-old local.
Yeah, he actually he was a local, and he did not have those fantastic banjo or guitar skills. They had another guy stick his arms out and play it for him.
Old-fashioned
They
editing.
stuck his arms out?
Yeah, that wasn't him playing. So they definitely, I believe they cast him because he did have a touch of down. He looked like it.
Yes.
He looked very inbred.
He had a down dusting.
Yeah.
Dusting
I
it
hope that
down.
he got paid well.
First off, he can't still be alive. But secondly, well, show that scene. Show that kid. You can see it in his eyes. I mean, and they literally had a guy put his hands through there.
Yeah.
And pretend to be playing. Wow.
No, the other guy, the guy who had his hands actually was really
No, that's
playing.
what I mean. So they made it look like.
Yeah.
How did they edit that back in 1972? Because now you can do that pretty easy.
I don't know. And then I don't know. I'm not an epidemiologist, but wait a minute. That's not his hands going through there from Dawson. So maybe when he got rocket, he put his hands through there. It seems.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it
That
up.
looks like a child's hands. Those don't look like adult hands.
Those no, they
Right.
did it somewhere. They did it when they were tight or something. I don't know. It's a special shirt. What? My mind is blown. But Dawson, you see an acoustic guitar and you see a banjo, right?
Yep.
And also, when you listen to it, play it for a second. When you play it, you go, all right. Anyway, dueling banjos is not dueling banjos. It's one banjo versus one guitar. All right, young Bert.
What a stacked cast. Too.
I know.
Like
Ned Beatty. I don't know.
I actually have no desire to watch the movie though.
The Ned Beatty,
it's a terrible movie.
The Ned Beatty squeal like a pig thing. I mean, they had to kind of follow him around a little, didn't it? All right. So that kid's got something. Yes?
I would say.
No, it says he just had a skinny frame, a large head, and almond-shaped eyes that made him the natural choice to play the part of a, quote, inbred from the backwoods.
Jesus.
Poor guy.
Well, here's the pitch. Here's the good news. I mean, the bad news is if you're his agent, you look inbred. The good news is you're not inbred. So that's
Spend that money how you will.
Yeah, and you're gonna get paid. Did that actor
your mom/sister won't keep it from you?
Did inbred actor go on to do anything else? Or was he always just...
Well, it said he was a local.
Oh, that's
so
true.
I doubt.
That's true.
I don't know if he made the move to Hollywood.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd they film? Did they film in
Well, he was born in Rabun County, Georgia.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. He was in Big Fish with Tim Burton.
Oh,
the
wow.
Tim Burton movie from 2003.
He was quoted as saying in 2012, he said, I'd like to have all the money I thought I'd make from this movie. I wouldn't be working at Walmart right now.
Oh, man. Couldn't even get a banjo endorsement? Man.
I've heard Walmart pays well, though.
Oh, it seems like he had some other films, though. He played a banjo man in 1984's Blast Fighter. He played a banjo man in 2003's The Big Fish. Can't play the banjo.
He can't play the banjo, but he keeps playing banjo.
And he
roles.
played Banjo Man in 2009's Outrage.
So he can't play the banjo.
It had to be some kind of cameo type.
That's what I'm thinking.
Thing.
That's what I'm thinking. Tim Burton would probably do something like that.
I guess he was also in a Rambo knockoff named Blast Fighter as a banjo player. Holy shit. Hollywood is weird.
Hollywood is so weird.
Let's see. Is that him? That's him?
I'm a son of a bitch. Wants to be left alone. And don't try just to hit him. Shoot to kill.
Blast Fighter. It seems like it was named by Koreans who didn't speak English.
I'll take care of that. My brother started it all. Hi, Tiger. I'm sorry for what they did.
Me too, Tom. But I always pay my debts.
That's acting.
Why? There's just no answer to violence. Look, I know it's all you've been doing for the last 8 years.
By the way, can you pause it for a second?
Was he raping her?
I know, but like, as far as acting on trailers go, we only really need it in like 9-second bursts. When I don't believe whatever your dialogue is in the 4 seconds, I've sussed this out. Well, this could be the worst movie of all time. Keep playing it. Blast Fighter.
The consequences.
No! No, no!
Rape.
You know what this means? There's only one way you're gonna stop Tiger now. Kill him, or else he's gonna rip us all apart.
Got a little Deliverance kayak scene in here.
Also a little bit of like John Wick. You did what? Who's coming
God,
after
this
us?
is good. Oh my God. Is it all cocaine from the 80s? Every idea was bad.
It's like this was First Blood had to have been. Whoever made First Blood had to have seen this movie.
All right, The Long Arm of Vengeance. All right, this makes Jim Cotta look like Citizen Kane. All right, let's see. Me, Saturday. this Saturday. That's right, Carson City. Andrew's
where
going to
am
be
I
bringing
going?
there. Yeah, doing 2 shows at the Nugget over there at Carson City, Nevada. Then it's off to Kimmel's Theater on July 9th. You just go to amcroll.com for all the live shows. What do you got, Elisha Krauss?
Oh, not much. Just taking some time off for summer.
Nice. So, till next time.
And that's it.
Adam Kroll for Elisha Krauss and Preston Dill saying mahalo.